Yup, we are live. Welcome back, YouTube family. Welcome back to the Holy Duo. You are watching the live. If you're watching the playback, make sure you smash the like button. If you are joining in on the live, come on in here, say what's up, and subscribe if you're new. It's your man Eddie Ed.
It's dialogue, folks.
We are the Holy Duo, and we're back at you with another episode here as we
Hmm.
customarily do, man. Uh, we're only holy because he is. But we got a interesting viral moment with Forrest Frank, and this one, when I first heard about it, I didn't really think it was a big deal. But it turned into a big deal, because he has a lot of fans and people, people really rock with him. Uh, and he didn't even know he himself didn't even know how much his words will affect people, even though he's the person that is affecting people. Um, so I mean, I guess in a way that's kind of nice because he's not really worried about that, or
Mm,
focusing on that. So he don't know what what people are, how many people are following him. But point is,
mm.
he said something that went viral about awards, and the famous guy Jelly Roll also came through with a response to what he said. And we're gonna watch the clip on what he said about getting awards, and then we're gonna go to Jelly Roll's response to him. And then we're gonna, kind of have a discussion around that, maybe throw in some verses to really talk about this thing a little bit more. But without further ado, let's hop straight into it and let's get it rocking and popping.
FYI, I haven't seen this video.
D has not seen
Anyone?
this video,
Yeah.
and I've seen parts of the video, but I haven't watched the whole thing. So let's see what this is all about. Oh, I gotta press play. Goodness, forgot how to use this.
You forgot how to use a
I
computer.
don't
That's
know, man.
crazy.
Not because when you're in StreamYard, it's like you gotta go to a, you gotta switch the screen, but then go to the thing. So
It's hard
Hmm.
to know where the line in the sand is between being in the world and not of the world. And as a Christian artist, I dress kind of like the world. I kind of look like the world. My music can kind of sound like the world. So where's the line in the sand drawn? And I'm convicted personally that a line that I can draw is that I will not receive a trophy for something that is from Jesus and for Jesus. And I was wrestling with this last year. I even said that on stage at the Dove Awards. I said, I'm still struggling with the concept of receiving this award, but all glory to Jesus. Every name will fade away, including mine, except for one name. But I feel a conviction to go even a step further and say, I don't know if I even want to step on the stage. I don't know if I want to step in the room. And so I have decided to take a stance of non-participation. I will not be attending the Doves or the Grammys. I hope to be an example to the youth that the trophy is our salvation. The trophy is that my name is listed in the book of life and I get to have eternal life. What good is a piece of metal gonna do compared to that?
okay, boom. So some good words there. What are your thoughts?
Oh, okay. You wanna jump on
Yeah, I
my
had to
opinion real
twist you up
quick?
a little bit.
Okay. Um, it's cool. Whatever his heart is telling him to do, conviction, cool. Um, Personally, I think that's a missed opportunity. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
really? Okay.
Yeah. When you're up there getting the reward, everybody gives a happy speech. Oh, thank you, God, for giving me the ability to do this. Thank you, mom. Thank you, whoever. Hey, bro, in my opinion, it could have been a verse to convict people. It could have been a verse about salvation. It could have been a verse that speaks directly to the industry and crowd that you're in. So you get up there and you talk about the verse that talks about our righteousness, our filthy rags before, like something to provoke the people who are listening's heart. But instead, he decided to stay away because a light that's placed on the hill, who placed that light there? God put you in this position, but then you're not showing the brightness of God's glory to everyone. Instead, you're hiding and saying the award means this. That's what you want it to mean, right? But in my eyes, it's a missed opportunity to share something about salvation that provokes at least one person. That's my thoughts.
Okay, those and that's interesting take. You know, I definitely hear your side of the topic here, and it's also interesting. Man, actually, you definitely came from an angle that I wasn't expecting off the top, but
Yeah.
you know, yeah, definitely it could be a missed opportunity. But I do think though what we are seeing more and more, and I don't know if you have caught any of the award like ceremonies and things, or yeah,
Mhm.
they're looking just like the secular realm
Oh, for
as
sure.
far as the like they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I think the angle that he's coming from here is you know is the angle of, hey, why are we doing what they're doing? You know,
Mm.
why are we? It's the same exact, because if you look at how everything is set up, the it looks the same, but just you know, it
Oh,
got
so this
Christian
was a
on it.
Christian award?
This was my you didn't know that. Yeah, this is a Christian award. This is a Christian award ceremony. Yeah. Oh snap!
Hmm.
You missing some information. You missed some information. This is a Christian award ceremony that
Okay.
happens every year, and so what has been going on is that we don't see a difference in how we operate. We do the same things,
Mm.
have the same kind of like flavor to it. Everybody's dressing up in these, you know, luxurious attire, and you know they're collecting these awards. And so my thought, knowing that, you know, because you just are figuring it out and you didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I'm like, yeah, like why go to that? Because you know, from the perspective of why are we doing what they're doing? You know what? Like we
Mm.
need to be looking different. We need to be operating differently because we're different. You know, we
But
shouldn't be.
so
We
my question, why wouldn't he say
okay.
that? Why wouldn't he get on the stage and say that?
I mean, I don't know. I have
Hmm.
no idea, but that is a good question. You know, so when he explains, yeah, you know, the reward is you know such and such. You know, I do think that yeah, we should value that more. So I think so the value on what we put or where we put in our value, I think is on level two. Because I do believe that there are people that pursue these awards only to be praised and only to get the
Mm.
you know the reward. That's a problem. I think that's an issue. I don't think we should be doing that, you know, because that's not gonna because then from there it's self-seeking. You know,
Mhm.
you're now wanting to be worshipped, or you're now wanting to worship the creation more than the creator. If why you're making what you're making for those reasons, rather than making what you're making for the one that gave you that desire to make those things, you know, like why are you doing what you're doing is the question. Are you doing what you're doing only because, you know, like so I guess the question is, for those that are going up there to receive receive the awards, you know, what were their initial projection in doing this thing
Mm.
to get to that level? And so looking at what he responded as, I it makes sense, you know, but there's nothing wrong with getting an award. There's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with getting something for your accomplishments. But the question that goes back that I go back to is, why were you doing what you were doing? Were you doing it only to get those awards, only to be praised, only to have an idol showing that you've accomplished something
Mm.
for the sake of that? Or were you truly like, hey, Lord, I'm going to do this as best as I can to bring you glory, and whatever comes out of it, glory be to God, or is it glory be to me? You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, everything you said, it brings up a question for me. But before I ask the question, the idea here is he says he dresses kind of like the world. He
Mhm.
looks similar to how if I saw him on the street, I wouldn't be able to say he's a Christian or not. It would I would have to talk to him. But then how can you look like the world but then not receive a recognition from a Christian? Right. So the deeper I think about this, I'm like, okay, so what's really going on here when you want the world to recognize you, but you don't want to receive that recognition from a fellow peer or a fellow brother or sister in Christ? The question that came up in my mind was, so then what would he want? How would he want all of this to be structured? Because in my mind, the first thing that comes to mind is the reason why Christians structure their award system the way they do is to get the same amount of eyes or recognition from the world. Recognition in the sense that they're going to watch it too because it's nice and it's presentable and it looks cool and it's entertaining. Like that's why I think they would structure it that way. But if that's a worldly replication, how what changes would he want to make? All right, how would he want this to look instead?
Yeah. About the dressing thing, I take that to mean that, and I may be wrong about this, but I take that to mean like he's not one of those holier than thou
Mm.
type of people. So you're not gonna you're not gonna see him dressing up in like robes, looking all like appearing holy. That's what I'm thinking he's going to, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's gonna look like a normal person. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, oh, that's the holy guy. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
gonna look regular like everybody else. That's what I took it to mean.
Mm.
And I think he was going that way, but I might be wrong. I don't think that he was saying that's how he identifies necessarily, but I just think like he's just saying, hey, I look normal like everybody else. I wear
Mm.
jeans like the next guy. But that's the interesting take there, as well. Now let's hop into Jelly Roll's response
Okay.
because he pretty much said what you said in a way, right? And my comment on that I would say after, but I'm gonna read it out and let you see that piece as well,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about it a little bit more after.
All right. Given that I don't even know who Jelly Roll is, that name is
I know.
ridiculous. But hey,
I never even really. So we're gonna read it off of this.
all right.
Off of this guy's channel. So Jelly Roll said, "Won't receive trophy for something for Jesus. For Jesus, hold on. Let me read that again. Won't receive trophy for something for Jesus. For
From
Jesus.
Jesus.
From
Yeah.
Jesus. My bad. I don't know why my mind just said for, but from Jesus, for Jesus, but will take the profits from something from Jesus for Jesus. Maybe I'm missing something here. And to me, I think that's like, hey, why you getting mad? Because listen, we got to understand that Forrest Frank here that he's referring to, he did the work. So of course you're gonna be blessed by the fruits of your labor. Like, yeah, you're gonna get those profits. Why are you mad that he's getting the profits of the labor that he's already made? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That connection I didn't really get there. We're gonna move on to the second one, and then if you have anything. This is an interesting take. I dig it. I dig it, or did it? I dig it.
Dig it. Dig it.
Yeah. He said dig it. Anyway, how do you think this compares to profiting from the same music? I love that music you said. I don't want to get a trophy from something that's for Jesus, from Jesus for Jesus, which is awesome, but also make $1 million doing that same thing that is from Jesus for Jesus. So what do you think about that, man? I mean, because I already have a opinion on it, but
okay.
What do you think about that?
So, and personally, I agree with them. I agree with them 100% because what we're talking about.
Jelly Roll.
I do. Let me explain. Let me explain. Hey, remember, we're just two guys having a conversation, all right?
No.
What, look, look, look. The reason why I agree is if everything in this world belongs to God, okay, then we can say that the money that someone uses to purchase your music isn't necessarily money from a Christian. It could be money from a non-Christian. So you will take the recognition that your music is awesome from a non-Christian. But when a Christian says your music is awesome, we want to give you this award and put you on a platform so that more people could potentially hear your music. You say, no. That's not what this is about. But my guy, you got money in the bank of recognition from Christians and non-Christians. But then when a Christian wants to outright recognize you, you say, I'm kind of humble, bro. Like I don't want to be on that stage because you guys just aren't doing this Christian thing right. I I missing I misunderstand because now all that money in that bank that's from Christians and non-Christians, you don't want because it's the same recognition. Let's not mistake it. Money is the recognition that helps you live, and a trophy is a recognition that helps your platform become bigger. So I don't understand.
And so this is where I think he's mainly going to. I think he's going to the direction of the idolatry part. From what I'm gathering, I think it's more about like, are we doing like why are we doing this, and are we doing it just for the trophy? Rather, so I don't think it's about the recognition, like where it's coming from. I just think it's like, because going back to the thing of they're doing the award shows just like the secular, artists. It's like we know the secular space is more about, getting praise and things of that nature. They're not praising a God. So if they're not praising a God, every praise is going to them. And so I think he's more like the idolatry route is like, hey, don't praise me necessarily. I don't want to be glorified for this, but hey, or I don't want, this award to be the glory of the product, but rather the glory of the product should go to, to Christ and what it has done in the effective lives. That's where I'm seeing it more because maybe all the things that I've been seeing is helping me see that more than the other side that you mentioned. Because it's just so crazy how now the Christian award ceremonies is looking funny, man. It's looking pretty much the same, and that's because things are being mixed in. So maybe and also I wanted to mention, maybe he knows some stuff that people don't know from the outside versus being in. Like he knows producers, he knows certain individuals, he's been around closed doors behind the scene. So there's something that he knows, versus a person that's on the outside that is putting this in his head and he's saying what he's saying, that's where I'm gauging he's coming from. What are your thoughts? What do you have?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Nowadays, I just kind of take people's word for it. So if you're saying this stuff and you're not saying like, I know some of the things that go on in the back, then I got to take your word for it, bro. These are your words. So according to your words, something's not clicking for me. And he doesn't want to be glorified on the stage. But the reason why I say that's a misinterpretation of theology, or maybe like a wrong idea of what this is there's a verse in the Bible that says when these Pharisees, they pray long prayers in the streets, they sit in high places, and basically these people see them and they glorify them. Basically they're like, wow, what an amazing person. And when they fast, they look all like hungry and malnourished. God is like, yeah, that's your glory. That's what you get. You want that praise from people. It's all about the
Mm.
intention of your heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's taking that verse and twisting it to mean that if he receives an award on stage, that means the people who are clapping for him and saying, good job, well done, that's all the glory he's going to receive. But is that the intention of your heart? Or are you being recognized for the hard work and skill that you've built over the years? Those are two completely different things.
Yeah, and you know, once again, guys, I'm not against receiving awards. I'm not against, you know, trophies, but are you getting those things to satisfy just the fleshly stuff? Like, I don't want to confuse people. It's fine to like your award. It's fine to like that you have been chosen or selected for an achievement, but it's just like, why are you doing what you're doing? You know, where is your real desire lying? Is it lying in those things, or is it lying in the one that gave you the ability to, you know, do it? Are you worshiping the creator or the creation? That's
Ooh.
where, because we go to we we go to uh Leviticus 26 verse 1. Do not make idols for yourselves, set up a carved image or sacred pillar for yourselves, or place a sculpted stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahweh your God. So are you gaining those things to be like, look at me, or look at what I've done, to only worship, you know, those achievements? Or is it, nah, it's God? You know what I'm saying? So like, where's your focus at in this thing is the question
Hmm.
here, and we want to be on the right side. That's what I'm uh
So the part that gets me is he'll hide himself from receiving an award of people recognizing him, which I'm with you. Okay, if you want, if you don't want to be on that stage because you don't want recognition, then don't be on that stage. No one's
mhm.
gonna knock you for that. That's where your heart is right now. But then you make a public video talking about how you hid from that award. Who's gonna recognize you on that public video and say, well done, humble brother. You are very humble and you want to put Christ on a pedestal. Why would you make a video? That, to me, that part is like the Pharisees who showed their malnourished face in front of people when they were fasting so they could receive praise. That's what he just did to me.
Mm.
So it
Yeah,
would have been
yeah.
better to just take the award and go off and do your thing than turn around and make a video about the humbleness and not receiving the award.
Mm. That's an interesting take too. And what makes me think, what came to my head is, what if he's talking to somebody? What if he's talking, you know, because you know, like these celebrities, they respond to each other on platforms instead
True.
of saying, so what if I, you know, I'm not trying to be all speculative, but
Yeah.
what if he's sending a message to somebody like, hey, I'm not coming, like, stop trying to get me to come, because I'm not gonna come, and this is the reason why I'm not gonna come. You
Mm,
know, I'm thinking that's a possibility as well. There's a lot of things that could be
yeah.
thing, but yeah, I would place that in there as a possibility. Like, hey, he's talking to somebody here that I guess he don't want to talk to directly, and
Mm.
and maybe is just publicly just
So
making a statement
so
to,
then I have another
or
question.
maybe more than one person.
Yeah, so then I have another question because he said the ceremony is starting to look secular. Well, I would say the way that you were able to build your platform and all of these things are also secular. Like you're advertising maybe on Spotify, maybe you have a Facebook ad page. You have all of these secular platforms that help you build your Christian platform. And then you're going to talk about the Christians are looking more secular. I mean, that's how you made your money. That's how you got your name. You didn't go in churches and perform in churches till you blew up on TikTok or something, or YouTube or something like that. You use secular platforms to get your name out there. And now you're saying, yeah, you guys are looking too much like the way that I made my money. So I can't be recognized by you. I mean, it to me, it's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. There's a lot of like back and forth going on in this dude's mind that he needs to figure out. But at the end of the day, don't make a video about how humble you are because you're still receiving praise on some level. So let's just be honest.
All right, you guys heard. Hey. That's.
Am I
these
on the
facts,
bad
y'all.
side? Am I on the bad side?
I think both of us. Are gonna get some
Or on
slashes.
the dark side?
Yeah, some because there's people on both sides, so we both are getting slashes from this.
Aye.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you think about this whole thing about receiving awards. You know, is it idolatry? Is it on the verge of idolatry? Yeah, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Any last words before we close it out here?
No. I think I'll take my lashes as I will. I won't add any more to it. I deserve them all. Bring it.
Hey, make sure you like the video so it can get out to more people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's keep rocking and popping with the Holy Duo. It's your man, Eddie Ed.
It's Dialogue, folks.
And we'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Next weekend, we're going to be on Saturday. So catch you on Saturday next weekend. We are out. HD. Peace.